This will be a quick video where I analyze a game of Rus vs Delhi, breaking down all the key pointers you need to beat them. This match comes straight from one of my replay review streams, where every Wednesday you can send in your games for a chance to get reviewed and get feedback live. If you want to know more, check out the link in the description. Let's get into it. Okay, Rus vs Delhi I think is very good for Delhi. The reason why it's good for Delhi is because Rus always wants to go into Castle Age, right? So, but Delhi, if you let them stay in feudal for too long, like you have to fight in feudal against Delhi. You have to, because otherwise they will get 3 sacred sites. They will still make units. So if you go professional scouts here, it might be without units. It might be really bad because he will have gassy raiders and spearmen and archers to counter that. Thanks for the follow, man. And it is a very bad matchup in my opinion. I have a very low win rate against Delhi as Rus, and Rus is my strongest civilization. So let's see what you do here. So you're going for the 2 hunting cabins, which makes me think that you're going for professional scouts, and you need to make units. Like you have to go professional scouts, but you will need to make at least a barracks and something else, depending on what he does. So let's see what you do here. So you took 7 sheep. Your scouting pattern is really good, and it seems like you only went for 2 scouts instead of 3. I always recommend 3, even if the map is better. Even if you don't need it, I always recommend 3, because then you will have a lot of leftover food for when you get professional scouts. So let's see here. You go for Golden Gate with 4. So it seems like you're going for my build, or actually I don't know if you saw it, but yeah. 5 on wood, that's good, and 6, and your rally point on food, that's great. Let's see what your opponent is doing. Yeah, if you're not used to it, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I do understand that 3 scouts can be really micro intensive. So he's going for Dome of Faith. Okay, so that's just a standard thing to do. This is a really hard matchup. Let's see how you handle it. I didn't see if this is a loss or a win actually, so not sure about that. We'll see. Okay, so now you go, you sell, and you get 420 professional scouts. That is amazing. That is the perfect timing. And now you're getting the scouts. So let's see how many scouts you have right now. 1, 2, 3, just 2. Okay, you missed something. You have this much food because you missed the 2 scouts during the A-shop. That is really important because now one of your hunting cabins is occupied with the professional scouts, and now you can only produce scouts from 1 hunting cabin. So you will have a little bit less scouts, but it's really not a big deal. You have 3 right now. Let's see what he's doing. He doesn't have a military building yet. Okay, he's going for stable. Nice. And let's see where you are getting the... This guy is going to get the sheep. And you do go for a barracks, which is the correct play. That is very good from you. And now you're probably going to steal something here, or you're just looking. Okay, this is why in the build I mentioned that you should always have one... this is great, by the way. You should always have 1 scout looking around their base. It's because from their point of view, they don't know if this scout is going to steal deer or not. So what he's doing is he's chasing yours. He's looking for your scout. He doesn't see it, by the way, but he's looking for it. And he instead of denying your professional scouts, he's just standing there doing nothing. So this is why I always think this scout here is really, really good. Now you have a couple of spearmen. And let's see. This is a very hard matchup, by the way. Okay. Nice, but no problem. You're still getting deer, which is good. But from here, you're getting houses, and I think... Okay, so it seems like you're going straight for Castle Age. I would advise that at this time you get a stable, or at least with this scout that was here, you should be looking at what other military production buildings he has. So let's say your scout was here and you would scout this archery range. Because he has an archery range, you build a stable. if he had barracks instead, then you build an archery range and you defend with spearman archer. But right now it seems like you're going straight for castle, and I think this is not the correct play. You should stay in feudal, because now he will get free reign over the sacred sites. Oh, look at this scout. He's like inside the forest there. So yeah, I tried a lot of variations of Rus builds against Delhi, and it seems like staying in feudal is always the correct choice. This is also something else that I see very often, because you don't have any units. You only have the units you need to defend your professional scouts. Now he's able to wall like this, and he will probably do the same on these walls as well. But here's the issue: you're getting into castle, and he's getting into castle as well. Let's see, he's almost there. But imagine if you were making units. If you were making units, he cannot go into castle, and he cannot grab any of the relics. He's already prepping for that, as you can see here. Yeah, this one is also probably going to grab this one. And because you gave him so much space, he's able to get into castle without mining that much gold, because he has 2 sacred sites. And he could probably get this one if he wanted to, because he has archers and you only have a very few spearmen. He tried to get it, but without any cover from his army. But if his army was here, he could be getting this one as well. So I always recommend to fight in feudal against Delhi. Okay, so you get a stable, an archery range, another barracks. Okay, now the transition into Castle Age as Rus against Delhi. You need to have spearmen and crossbows. A lot of crossbows, especially because they will get knights and they will get elephants. And right now you're producing knights, which is fine for now. But I would advise you to go horsemen instead if you have a stable. The reason why horsemen are better is because knights, he already has Gassy Raiders, right? And Gassy Raiders have increased damage against heavy units, so knights are going to be able to deal with knights as effectively, but not as effectively against horsemen. And horsemen will help you against both Gassy and both the archers that he already have. So you should do a composition similar to what our Lancaster player did on the previous game, which is spearmen and horsemen. And once you see that he's starting, that he gets into Castle Age, you start adding crossbows, a lot of crossbows. So yeah, now he's getting a House of Learning, and this is the issue. He's not that very far behind from you, and he's 2 sacred sites up. But you're getting a lot of deer. That is very good. He's not denying the deer very effectively. But now he will get all of the relics. Look at that. He already has 4 relics. If you had units in the feudal age, you would be able to deny these. So yeah, I always advise you to stay in feudal against Delhi, even if you are a fast castle civilization like Rus. Yeah, horsemen are better. I mean, knights are not bad. But you will eventually have to fight Gassy Raiders and elephants, and when that happens, knights are going to do absolute shit. He almost got the 5th relic though. I hope you get that one, because Delhi with 4 relics is really scary. And yeah, because he has map control, he's able to wall everything. And you're going into spearmen, which is the correct choice. That is good. But you're not adding the crossbows, and he will soon start. He's not adding elephants though, so probably the crossbows are not the correct play right now. Oh, he already has an elephant. Okay, yeah, you do need the crossbows, because spearmen are not going to kill these elephants. The crossbows are the ones that kill the elephants. So you need to start getting crossbows like ASAP. Now, what do you do with these knights now that you have them? You already have a lot of spearmen here, so these knights should be either decapturing this, okay, it seems like you're going for that, or getting some damage done. The other way that I've seen Rus beat Delhi before is by raiding like a crazy man, raiding non-stop, because his army is really slow. He has archers, he has a few Gassy Raiders, but he's going to start making elephants now. And when he has elephants, his army is going to be extremely slow. So you need to keep raiding. Look at all of these villagers that are just waiting there, just there waiting to get destroyed. But this is not the play. This elephant alone is going to clean up all of your spearmen. Let's look. He's not microing it correctly, but if he was killing your spearmen, he would be winning right now. He's actually targeting the knights. That was a terrible fight by the Delhi player, and you still lost the fight. Imagine if he was microing correctly, and imagine if he had the few priests there healing the elephant. That was a terrible fight micro-wise from the Delhi player, and you still lost it. This is why I believe Rus is terrible against Delhi. It's because you don't have anything to kill this shit. You only have spearmen and crossbows. But your cavalry should be raiding all around the base. They should not be fighting at this time. He's starting the OP composition? Yeah, this is the issue. Like, there's nothing Rus can do against this. Because Rus has horse archers and knights. And horse archers deal nothing against elephants, and they lose to archers as well. And he's adding a few crossbows as well, because you have knights. But yeah, there's nothing you can do against this without crossbows. And I don't think you still have, you don't have a single archery range right now. So that is the issue. Yeah, look at all of these villagers that are just exposed. You should be using these knights to raid. So you have 12 knights. Put six knights here, 6 knights here, and then his elephants are useless because his elephants have 1 movement speed. He cannot go back with the elephants to defend. Okay, now you're raiding, but the issue is you already lost a pretty big fight, and you don't have enough spearmen, and you don't have crossbows, so he can just move into your base here. So this raid is good, but it is too late, unfortunately. Okay, here, another thing. This is a really common mistake that I see very often. There is no reason for you to attack here. He's the one attacking, and you have a defensive advantage. Your army should be here, like right here, beside the TC and the wooden fortress. If you think that he's going to attack from this side, just take all of these villagers and move them to this woodland right here. You don't have to attack. Just give yourself time to build up your army, because you have the defensive advantage. He needs to rally all of his units all the way from his base to your base to keep attacking. Well, in the meantime, you only have to rally, like, your rally is here. Your rally should be back here. You only have to rally back here, and that way your army is only going to get much bigger than his. And in those cases, he doesn't have anything to attack but into your TC and into your defenses. So this right here is a very bad move. And yeah, because you don't have crossbows, there's nothing to kill the elephants, and he can just move them into your base. So I believe this is just GG right there. So yeah, this raid, amazing. This is what you should be doing, but from the start of the game, of the castle age, sorry. And when you see an elephant, you just run away and look for another target. But now it seems you panicked and you sent everything towards your base to defend. But yeah, everything is just cleaned up. The villagers are moved way too slow. So yeah, now the elephants are... Look at the elephants are just a problem, man. This is the issue. Like, if you don't have crossbows, there's nothing that will kill these elephants. Yeah, I mean, he can actually... He can just delete all of his villagers, and it wouldn't have mattered because you don't have an army that is going to kill the elephants. So you had an amazing start. You managed to get a 420 professional scouts timing, which is really fast for Rus. And let me see which one was it. It was Rocky River, I think. So your start was really amazing. If we see the resources, you were winning by a lot. You were actually winning the whole game. But once, first the thing is stay in feudal. Stay in feudal against Delhi, because you will not be able to kill Delhi without denying their sacred sites in feudal age. He could have gotten the 3rd sacred site if he was a little bit more willing to do so, because you only had 6 spearmen and he had like 10 archers and a few gassy raiders. So if he just took all his army into the third sacred site, he could have captured that as well in the feudal age. So you need to fight in feudal age against Delhi. Now, once you get into castle age, you need crossbows, spearmen, and horsemen. Not knights. I mean, you can do knights, but I think horsemen are better, because horsemen deal better with against archers, and horsemen you can mass them much quicker and you can use them to raid. And because they have more mobility than the knights, if he's chasing you with a lot of units, it's much easier to get out of the raid with your horsemen. And the spearmen and crossbows are going to deal with the elephants. So that is the thing. If you don't have crossbows, there's no way you will beat elephants against the Delhi. But yeah, you were winning in resources, even with all of that damage that you took. That's the three things: fighting in feudal, army composition, and raid like a crazy man. Because if they have elephants, Delhi, they will not be able to chase your horsemen. So he will have like a big ball, a big indestructible ball of units, which is a really slow ball of units. So he cannot chase your raids, your raiding party. So yeah, that is the three things that I would advise you to do. So yep, hope that helped. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also catch me live over on Twitch or here on YouTube live streams. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. See you in the next one.